linking with the voluntary sector and other and community organisations. So I understand what you've said about the reasoning behind lay partners not being associated with organisations that are delivering health services, but just thinking about facilitating the integration process. So the centre that I manage has a GP practice, dental practice, sexual health screening and wellbeing services in there, and we also provide a range of different community activities with other organisations. So I see on a day-to-day basis how difficult integration is on the ground, and there are organisations like ourselves and any range of size community voluntary organisations that would be very helpful in supporting this process, and particularly given that two of the working groups, one's around GP networks, so how GPs are networking with other organisations, and one is around provider networks. So my question is, how are these different providers that are so important in providing integrated care being involved?
I think I've confused two issues in talking so, I want to talk so much about lay partners. Our lay partners, the ones that aren't, I did mention, for example, we have one member who works for Age UK. Now, Age UK do some provision, of course, so there is a little bit of overlap, but we're very clear that in this case, that's not what they're there for. They're the people who aren't supposed to have too much of a conflict of interest, if I can put it that way. But the groups you talked about, the 5 groups that were looking at population outcome and GP networking and so forth, plus the new early adopters, our lay partner members are just 2, 3, 4, 10 people in that group. It's down to the local areas to make sure they have the right people around the table, and that should be as broad as is, as they see. We can't really dictate that to them, but we can say you need everybody at the table. And everybody in your case would include organisations like yours. And that's down to local people, even the local leaders, to make sure they get it right. But we
that's
can't.
Useful to know how that fits in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.